Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Oh.
Hi. It's been a while.
Hi. Did you miss me? I almost fell over.
You're a little excited there.
Oh, a little bit. A little bit. We haven't done this in a while, man.
Doing a movie review.
We've been slacking.
Been busy.
I'm excited to be back at this.
Yeah, we need to do more.
I'm more excited than a dwarf in a mountain full of gold.
Word.
And that's pretty damn exciting.
Yeah. Hobbit.
Hobbit. Battle of the Five Armies.
Battle of the Five, everything but the kitchen sink.
Pretty much. I think the entire planet was at war. They might as well change this to the Hobbit World War.
This
It'll
movie
be the first one probably for them.
Yeah, there's. I mean, once the worms from Dune showed up, I was just like,
Yeah.
what else is there to do?
What else can we throw into this bag of fun? Worms of Dune.
If you haven't seen the first two movies, don't go see this one because you will be lost. Completely lost.
It literally picks up where the last one left off.
Like the frame after the last one ended.
Which kind of makes you wonder if they should have cut the last movie off a little bit earlier.
I think so.
I think so too. I'm thinking they should have chopped like the last half hour off the last movie and put it at the beginning of this movie.
This is the shortest of all the Tolkien movies.
Really?
Except for the animated movies. So.
Oh yeah, those. Well, come on, man! They're trying to cram 3 books into an hour and a half long movie.
This one is 2 hours 18 minutes with the credits.
With credits? The beginning or the end?
All
the
credits.
Beginning. All the credits.
Whole movie.
The whole movie. Wow.
Yeah, that's what Kevin said. It was 2
hours. There's 18 minutes of credits, so basically you've got a 2-hour movie. The last one is the shortest. That should have been the first one was the shortest.
To me, it's like they should have cut some of the
second one.
Well, no, I think in the first one they should have cut out some of that spreading it thin stuff out.
Yeah.
Took some stuff from the second one, put it with the first one, made room in the second one to make this fit in it.
Yeah.
And made it 2 movies. But they had to have 3. And
3.
didn't they originally, they were only going to do...
They were going to try to do 4.
2. Well, no, originally they were going to do 2.
2.
And they spread it to 3.
They should have stuck with the 2 formula.
And I think this shows.
It's a 250-page book. 2 movies would have been plenty because the first one was just too spread out and too long. The second one was kind of coherent.
The second one was really good.
It was. But I think that last half hour should have been moved to the third one. They should 2 movies. Should have done 2 movies.
Yeah. It should have just all been shifted over.
But hey, it's Peter Jackson, man. I'm going to watch it anyway.
And he's talking about doing another one.
Another what?
There's other Tolkien books or something.
There are, but I never read them, so I would be totally lost.
But the Tolkien estate still owns them.
Yeah.
And they do not like Peter Jackson's movies.
Why not?
I don't know. I was just reading an article where Peter Jackson was talking about
There's like minute little things that only because I've read the books I noticed were a little off. But like, okay, the first 3 movies, the Lord of the Rings series, which actually happens after this movie. Mm-hmm. But you know, throughout these 3 movies, they've been kind of hinting at what's coming next. There were little things that in the theatrical release weren't there, but if you bought the extended versions on DVD later, there were little bitty pieces that, you know, explain more, and it was straight from the book. Like, I read the books back in high school. We're talking like 92, 93, 94 when I read these books. And these movies came out, and I'm like, I even said it at school, I said, it'd be awesome if somebody could take these movies, these books, wow, these movies and make books out of them. These books and make movies out of them. It would be awesome. And this is just my opinion here. I don't think anybody could have done a better job than Peter Jackson.
He did a good job.
The way he produced it, the castings, the way the sets were done. Like Hobbiton, they went years before they filmed. Went out like a year and a half before they started filming. Built Hobbiton in the Shire. gardens, all that. I mean,
Yeah,
it
all the
looked
plant
like
was real.
all of it was real. They didn't just go throw up a set 3 months and then go film. They started a year and a half, built these towns.
I think that's something that throws me off about these Hobbit movies. There's a lot more CGI.
Yeah, there's a little bit more, but it's kind of hard to put a dragon in without.
Well, I'm not
CGI.
talking about that. Yeah, the dragon, and the dragon looks good.
Very
and,
good, especially in that high frame rate stuff. Oh wow, that was great.
But like the orcs,
Yeah.
they're CGI now, which kind of bugs me. But
Well, when they do the massive fights, that's pretty much all CG. They use that.
well, yeah, they
program
did. They did
built.
that. And
But for the
Lord of
close-ups,
Rings.
they've actually got people.
Yeah, but now it's CGI.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Hobbit, it takes place after the Five Armies. Takes place after the desolation
of Smog. Smog.
And the highlight everyone's been waiting for is the dragon, because that was the plot point of the movie. Well,
Big plot point.
this isn't really a spoiler because
Everybody knows.
the dragon thing happens. Well, it's because at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It
That's
happens
the beginning.
before the title card.
Yeah, exactly.
Dragon's gone.
Dragon's gone.
And Kevin pointed out the arrow thing.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that, but he beat me to it.
The in the book, the
No way, I told you about the arrow thing.
Kevin mentioned the
Well, the way he fired it, yeah.
with the kid.
But the arrow is a totally different thing.
Yeah, the arrow's a different thing. But anyways, it's not one of the dwarves or anyone that kills the dragon. It's what's his name,
The bowman.
Orlando Bloom's
Orlando Bloom's cousin.
twin brother.
Twin brother, cousin.
Yeah.
He's in the movie playing two characters. It's funny how they do that when they're in the same scene.
Yeah.
So film over.
But he's got the big arrow and he's got his bow strapped to walls and he's pulling back and he's using the sun to anchor the arrow.
Kids looking this way. The
And
arrow's
he's like
on
a
his
little
shoulder.
bit to the left, and the kid moves and he lets it go and the arrow shoots off. They cut away, but
Think about how a bow and arrow works. What happens to the string when you let go?
Kid arrow decapitation.
Exactly. Oh, I just killed my kid with the
It's like,
dragon's gun.
oh, crap. I shall avenge you.
I mean, that takes a serious sack to use your own kid for a bow and arrow rest. With that string, knowing it's gonna.
Yeah.
Because it was perfect height too, man. That just.
Maybe it was long. The arrow was long enough, and he didn't pull back far enough.
Well, it was about a 6 foot long steel
It was, but
black arrow. Looked like something that came off a iron curtain rod.
yeah. And the thing was, there's so much going on in this movie. Then everything, like I said, it picks up right after the last movie. It took me a little bit to remember who certain people were.
Who was what? Who this
It's
is?
like,
Why are they doing that?
How did he know about the arrow and all that stuff? And
Well, it's been a year since the last one. So.
it has been.
Now, unfortunately, we have daytime jobs, so we couldn't sit there and watch the marathon.
They
They
had a
showed the
marathon.
first two movies and then rolled right into the third
Right.
one. So we got press
But-
passes. We can't see it early.
Oh yeah, we're official now. We got
We're
press passes.
official.
This movie's nonstop.
It is. From the second it picks up, it's just boom, 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 boom.
It has one moment of slowdown time
What?
where after the dragon attacks Lake Town
Yeah.
and the people are trying to recover.
kind of when Thorin's having his little freak out.
Yeah, well, that's part of that same segment. I mean, you had the people recovering from Lake Town, Thorin having his moments of
Oh,
grief.
before he comes around.
Yeah, before he comes around. And
Dragon sickness.
in between those, you have Saruman being
Being
boss.
That old man can move.
Him and
Him and Elrond, the king
him
of
and Agent
Rivendell.
Smith are
Agent
tearing
Smith.
up Ghost Kings. And
Count Dooku and Agent Smith are trashing
the
the place.
the gift lady is just tearing them up, and I was wanting to see more of that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But I mean, they have a good little battle where they rescue Gandalf, and I was trying to remember how did Gandalf get caught.
Count Dooku, and Agent Smith were tearing the place down.
Yeah.
The Jedi and the Matrix came together, and awesomeness ensued.
In Lord of the Rings.
In Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. It continued on in Lord of the Rings.
And what's his name that plays Saruman?
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
92 years old.
Dude's old.
He just had a heavy metal album come out. A Christmas heavy metal album. It's not his first one.
He finds all the creepy stuff.
It's not his first one either.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah. So there's those. That's in between the two slow moments, and then after that, the armies talk to the dwarves. Dwarves say "bug off," and then I'm sitting there.
Promises made were not kept, so the fight begins.
I'm sitting there going, the rest of this movie is going to be a battle sequence. We're 35 minutes in. The rest of it's going to be a battle, and it was.
It was. It was. You're going to watch World War Middle Earth, and it's almost the entire movie.
But Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly. Was it really Billy Connolly?
That's Billy Connolly.
Okay, you're saying that. I was like, I think it is, man, but I couldn't quite see his face.
I haven't looked it up yet, but I know that's Billy Connolly.
It has to be.
Commander.
It's the cousin of Thorin. What was his name?
He was a good one.
Iron Feet.
He was being Billy Connolly as a dwarf in Lord of the Rings.
As a pissed off, angry dwarf.
Riding a pig.
Riding a giant pig, and then headbutting people without a helmet on.
Reenacting the Braveheart speech.
Pretty much he did. Dwarvish style.
That was one of the highlights to me.
I'm waiting to see when they start doing the production runs of the weapons from the movie, when they do his hammer.
Oh, yeah.
That ought to be cool.
He was Thor.
He was Thor. Dwarvish Thor with red hair. And he had his little mustache with tusk in the end of it that stuck out like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like his little mustache tusk. It like greased up and curled out like actual tusk. He had like pig teeth or something on the inside of it to make him look like tusks.
It was a 3-foot Thor played by Billy Connolly. You can't get more awesome than that.
He's a wee little fella with a great big hammer.
I kept on waiting for little short Norman Reedus showing up or something.
Norman Reedus. That'd have been great.
Boondock Saints in there.
Why not?
But it ties into the Lord of the Rings really good. I mean, they do it
with some
really
blatant plot points.
Yeah. But overall,
Legolas is throughout the entire series.
You know, my favorite character was the elf chick.
Tariel?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty cool too.
This movie, I can't recommend it unless you've seen the other two.
Yeah.
You
really got to see the other two. Otherwise, you're just coming into something. You're like, who are all these people? What's going on?
This is a popcorn flick. This is the popcorn flick of the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings movies. I mean, unlike the Return of the King, which you could watch it on its own.
Yeah.
Because it had a beginning, middle, end,
yeah,
and an arc for all the characters in that one movie.
Yeah.
And I think that...
Well, each one of those kind of actually did. I mean, they could have been self-contained stories.
They did.
But they tied together same characters and everything.
The second one was mainly about the horsemen.
Yeah.
And the third one, I mean, it had a complete story to it. I mean, they were separate books. This one is split off of one book.
One book, 3 movies.
I don't think there's any way I would turn this movie on again unless one, I'm watching the second one first, or B, I just want to have, because it's connected to the second one.
It's connected to the first one too.
It is, but the second one actually starts off like a movie, This one picks up like next time on Hobbit on ABC.
Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's what this
Wait,
was
same
like.
Hobbit times.
It was like I was watching a huge, big budget continuation from the season finale of Hobbiton.
Something. It literally, I mean, it's literally, this movie turns on and it's, you get your opening credits, all of a sudden, boom, you're right where you left off. Yeah. You're like, whoa. No little kind of soft build into it here. No, hey.
No, this went lube free.
It's just boom, right into it. You're like,
yeah.
You'd pretty much have to be there for the marathon and just watch straight into it because it's literally just bam, right there you're in the movie.
Unless I want to show people something with some cool action, something. The final fight scenes were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The one-on-ones, I like those the best.
Yep.
I mean, by the time, you got all these armies fighting, I'm like, seeing it.
Humans, elves, dwarves,
seen it, Peter Jackson.
Orcs, and then they bring in the eagles.
You're very good at this, but I've seen it. But you threw some big old worms from Dune in there, and
Dune
I was
worms
like,
showed up. I'm surprised they didn't stay to fight.
I know. I thought they were going to.
I'm like, wow. And I barely remember them in the book how the sneak attack happened, but I was like, oh crap, they're all gonna die, and then the worms just retreat, and then out come the orcs out of the holes.
You got the.
Then they had their bat things that show up.
Yeah, I kept waiting for those. I was like, where are those bat things that were bred for war?
Bred for war. Everything in this entire movie is bred for war.
So you got elves, dwarves, man. You got
the orcs and
the goblins.
Then the eagles.
And then guess who saves the day? Who shows up at the last minute, always, in a Lord of the Ring thing, and saves the day? The Eagles.
Not the Philadelphia Eagles. No.
Why don't the Eagles just show up at the beginning?
Yeah.
They're like, has one ever been killed in a movie? I've never seen one get killed.
I don't think so.
No, they show up and they just
swoop down. But in this one, you notice during the big melee when they came in, they had riders on them this time. One guy dropped off an eagle and turned into a freaking bear and started just mauling dudes.
That was what's the other wizard?
the Brown?
Yeah, that was him.
It was just him? I thought it was a different guy.
No, he was the only one riding him, and he dropped off. And he pulled a Chuck Norris from the Forest Warrior and turned into a bear.
Well, if there's nothing I can do to change your mind,
then maybe I can.
Maybe I was too distracted that Chad Kroeger was a dwarf.
Chad Kroeger. Nickelback.
Lead singer of Nickelback was a dwarf.
Chad Kroeger as Killy.
Not really, but... I leaned over to Mike. I was like, "Is that the lead singer of Nickelback?"
Like, it looks like Chad Kroeger. He's a dwarf.
3 foot tall and still manlier. It's a real thing. Yeah. And
potential for extra stories and movies, but somebody's got to write it.
Best of the best warriors of the dwarfs. Mm-hmm. But yet, in the first 2 movies, they're just running away from everything.
Well, because there was only 13 of them, they're trying to get somewhere, and everybody's chasing them.
Yeah, but
when you're 13 against thousands, it's kind of hard to stand and fight.
No, but in this one, the 13 come out and lead it, and they fight.
Well,
they
got to rally the troops because all the others already died.
Yeah, but they will make their way up the mountain and fight the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
The goblin up there, whatever his name is.
The Defiler.
The CGI guy.
Zerg the Defiler. Whatever his name is. The Defiler.
Cat guy.
The cat guy with the cat ears. Okay, the bottom line is you definitely got to see at least the second movie before this one.
Oh, you have to. Unless you're 8 years, well, not even 8, I say 6 years old, and you're just entertained by the
If you're
cool
6 years
stuff
old, you
going
shouldn't
on.
be watching this movie.
I let Alyssa watch them. I would suggest this movie as a compliment, as part of the whole. Like I said,
It has to be taken as part of the whole. As an individual,
it's not a standalone movie.
it's not. It can't. I mean, if you just want to watch some pure action, okay. But if you really want to kind of follow the story, you got to have the first two. You just can't watch this and know what's been happening. You're just immediately dropped into the action, like, bam, figure it out. If you don't know what's going on and you just show up to watch the movie, just bam, you're like trying to figure. You're just going to spend more time trying to figure out what's going on and who's who than enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
Still a great movie though. I love it. I'm a geek like that.
It's really pretty.
It's party, especially that high frame rate Pixar stuff they got going on over
High
there.
frame rate that makes me feel
them-
like I'm watching a
them-
British
them-
soap opera.
Them there high frame rates make it look all lifelike, like you're sitting right here and like I'm looking at you talking, but it's all action on the move on the picture screen.
So,
So
you got anything else to say about this movie?
yeah, no, I think we pretty much said it. You know, go at least watch the second one before you watch this one at a minimum, preferably all three. Go watch the first two at home, and then on Saturday, and then go watch the third one in the theater.
Fans of the originals
Chili
will
out
they will have fun with this movie.
Yep.
If you didn't like the first one or second one or any of the Lord of the Rings, you're not gonna enjoy it. But this one's it's a popcorn flick.
You literally
Like I
have to
said.
be part of the world and enjoy it to enjoy the movie. Otherwise, it's just no sense.
Unless you like nonstop action with not much story.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling this.
This one's a little bit of story and a whole lot of action. Action, adventure, excitement. Hobbit, Five Armies.
Fishy trees, nice and sweet, so juicy sweet. We beat these bones across the stones and then we eat. We clawed, we chained, our hearts in vain, precious. We jumps and we jumps, never asking why. He comes in like a wrecking ball. Precious. I never hit so hard in love. What's love, Precious? I don't understand. All we wanted was to break your walls, Precious. And all you ever did was wreck me, Precious. You wrecked me.
Action. Excitement. So, what are your thoughts on it?